Hello guys, myself Meet Nagadia and today we'll be doing web scraping. So basically, what is web scraping? Why do we use web scraping? Who all uses web scraping? And is there any benefit of using web scraping? So basically the answer is yes. Web scraping is beneficial in various domains. So let's say you have data in multiple websites that is stored in multiple websites. So what web scraping does is it takes all the unstructured data and then it converts into unstructured format, and then you can store that structured data or in a file, in database, anywhere that you want. So let's understand by looking at what web scraping is. So basically, as I already told you, that it is a method which is automatic. You don't manually have to do the work. It will automatically store or it will automatically get the data, which is a huge amount of data because it is collected from the various websites. You can also select one website. It depends upon you. And most of this data is unstructured. For example, it may be in HTML format. Then you have to convert into a structured data so that you can store it in a spreadsheet, Excel file, CSV file. You can store it in a JSON file, or even you can store it in database, for example, SQL, MongoDB, etc. So there are various methods to perform web scraping. So now, should we use web scraping? We understood what web scraping is. Now let's understand why we should use web scraping. So here we have an example. Suppose you want some information from a website, not any information. Let's say a paragraph on Donald Trump. So what would you do? As an university kid, anyone will go to Google, paste the name and get the few links and will directly copy paste from that links. Okay, that is kind of easy task because the websites are limited. You just took one to two websites and copy pasted the data. Now suppose, what if you want to get large amount of data from various websites, not just single one, as quick as possible? How will you do it? How will you do it? So the answer is web scraping. So in such large amounts of data that we want from various websites, we have to use web scraping because copy pasting from one website or the multiple website is not possible. Why not possible? Yeah, you can do it, but it may take hours and hours of time. It can also become computationally expensive as well as it is an hectic job. We can make serious errors while copy pasting. What if the data that we have is just like from the another website? So what should we do in that situation? So that's why we use web scraping. So web scraping will automatically get the data. It is very fast as compared to the human task. So who all uses the web scraping? So here is the picture that will tell you everything, like the search engines, the social media, government uses, the news sources, then companies use for gaining more information and all that stuff. So today we'll be talking about Wikipedia library, which will extract data from Wikipedia articles. So let's get into it. So first of all, we need to install few libraries, mainly Wikipedia and MediaWiki. So to install that library, I'll head on to my browser and write Wikipedia, and I'll write PYPI. Just go to the first link. So here we'll get the project description as well as few sample of how we can use this library. So this is the Wikipedia library 1.4.0 as of it is the latest one. So we'll just copy it and we'll just write it here. You can also use command line. I am here using Anaconda. We can also use Google Colab or normal Python. It doesn't matter that much. You can also use PyCharm. So first we need to install the library. So we can go to Anaconda prompt and then just click on the prompt and oh, this is command prompt. We need Anaconda. Yep. So here we can just paste it. So as it is saying requirement already satisfied since I have already installed the library. So what I'll do is I'll just reset and clear all outputs. So first of all, we just need to install Wikipedia and MediaWiki API. So I have wrote one code above here which is like from ipython.display import clear underscore output. So what will it do? Let's take one more example to understand it very clearly. So first of all, I will just run exclamation mark pip install Wikipedia. Exclamation mark is for the notebook to understand that it is an command that needs to be executed. So there we go. As I have already installed both the libraries, so it is already saying satisfied, requirement satisfied. Now what I'll do is I'll run this code. So it's also saying the requirement satisfied, but the output is gone. That's why I have used the clear output so we don't get this messy message that the library is installed or library is just installing. So we use from ipython.display import clear output, clear the output that we get. So let's get started with the Wikipedia library. So first of all, what will we do is we'll get the summary of the title that we want. So this is the syntax, the argument, the optional argument, and the return statement. So what we'll do is we'll first import Wikipedia, the importing the library. Then what we'll do is we need the summary of the title that we give. So what will we do is we'll simply write Wikipedia.summary, and the title that we want, comma, the optional parameter here is sentences, and sentences is equals to 2. So what will happen is from the Wikipedia article of Nikola Tesla, it will give me 3 sentences, 0 to 2, 3. We are storing that in result. So we will also print the result. So let's do it. Yeah, this may take 1 or 2 seconds to get the data and print. Okay, so here we got the data. So if I again check what is the type of the result, so it should be of string format type. Yes, it is string format. So I'll just cut it. So this is how we get the summary of any title that we give. So this was about how to get the summary of the title. So now let's move on with searching titles and suggestions. Okay, so again we need to import our Wikipedia library, but we have already imported, so we'll not look into it. Yeah, by the way, the syntax is like wikipedia.search. I have already written the syntax here in get started, so none of you get confused. You know what I'm directly writing here. So syntax would be wikipedia.summary. As you can see here, wikipedia.summary. Then we give our title. Okay, here title, we give title, and optional is sentence, so sentence. So the required argument is title, and optional argument is sentence. What will it return? Returns the summary in string format. So this is how you interpret it. So as we have imported our Wikipedia module, so we're not going to import it. Then we again take a result variable and will store Wikipedia dot search. Here we have used summary. Here we will use search. Okay, so here title and search are the things. Title is the title of the topic. Optional argument is result, and result is setting the number of results that we want. So let's run it. So here I have given the title as Samsung. So it will give me results in list format because we have results at 5, and also we get Samsung, Samsung Electronics, Samsung Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy S series, Samsung Galaxy Watch series. So these are all the suggestions related to the Samsung title. Now this was the basic thing. Now what we will do is we'll get the whole Wikipedia page. So how can we do that? So first of all, the syntax here is wikipedia.page. So what will page do? So the page method is used to get the content, categories, coordinate, image, link, and other metadata of the Wikipedia page. So the first step would be the importing library, import Wikipedia. Then we'll create an object of that page. So we need to store the object of that page. So what we will do is we'll, let's say, Wikipedia dot page, Wikipedia dot page, and then the title. So here there is no optional parameter. We just have to give the title, and we'll store the object created in the page underscore object. And now we will use this object to print or to get the whole data. So first of all, we are just printing the HTML of the page object. Then we are printing the title and the links. So we'll just execute it to get it better understanding. Yeah, so here it goes. So first is the HTML format of the object that is created. Then we have the title here. So we are printing the title, and then we are getting the links. So the links associated with the languages of India are here. So it will automatically go to the languages of India page, get the HTML object, then we'll printing the title, and then we are getting the links which are up to 10, 11, I guess. Now, what we will do is we'll change the language of Wikipedia page. So here, as we can see that the default language was English. But what if I don't want English? I want some another language. So what we can do is we'll first import the, so let's go to the syntax first. So the language can be changed to any language that exists in the page. So we just have to use the set underscore language method for the thing. So importing the Wikipedia.set language is equals to the language, not is equals to parentheses and the language that you want. So HI stands for Hindi, which is one of the languages of India, and we'll be printing the summary. So print, in that we are giving the Wikipedia.summary. If you remember, we have already used summary here, which will give us the summary. We'll just execute it. It may take few seconds. There you go. We got the summary. Now we'll shift the language from Hindi. This is the Hindi language, as you can see. Now we'll shift it to ES, which is Spanish. This might take few seconds based on the internet speed. So there we go. We got the Spanish version. Now let's again change to English for better understanding, for my better understanding, by the way. So there we go. So we got the summary in English. So this was all about how we can change the different languages. There are so many languages available. I guess we have French, German, and Indonesian, and so many. So now what will we do is we'll get the page content. So for extracting the content of an article, we will use page method and the content property to get the actual data. So what will we do is we'll just write wikipedia.page Python programming and dot content. So let's see what we get. This might also take a few seconds. There we go. So here we have whole article on the Wikipedia that we have. If you can scroll down, you can see the whole article. This is great. So now we will move on with Nikola Tesla, and it should also give us the whole article about Nikola Tesla on Wikipedia page. This sometimes take a little bit of time. There we go. So if you want to cross verify, we can just write Nikola Tesla Wikipedia. Okay, so this is the output that we got. It's similar as we can see. I'll just close this. Nikola Tesla, and this is our. So as you can see that it's actually the same thing. So it was just a cross verification. So we can play with this. Can write different articles, different name, and we'll get the different articles from the Wikipedia. So this was just to get a small introduction type of thing. So now what we will do is we'll extract images from the Wikipedia. Yeah, if you don't know that Wikipedia stores images as well, then it stores. So let's just see. So here what we will do is we'll as always use dot page method. We'll give our title and dot images. So we'll get the list of images. There we go. So here we got the images. So let's just copy one of the image. Control C, Control V, enter. There we go. This is the image stored in Wikipedia. So here we have list of images. Okay, Iron Man. Hope you are Marvel Universe fan. Sometimes it takes times. Oops. Here we got an error. What is that? It is an page error. So in Wikipedia, when the title that we give is not matched with the page ID, then it throws the page error. So this error can be rectified, but this is not included in this video because I will be uploading the another video on web scrapping. So in that video, I will explain how can we deal with this error. It is very simple. We just have to import the media wiki API and we'll do it with that. So that's for the another video, not for this one. And then we'll go again with the anaconda. So here as we can see the page ID and mn does not match with any pages. So try using another ID. So let's go and see what this image is all about. Oh my, this is an actual anaconda. No, we were talking about the anaconda. Yeah. So now let's move on with extracting the page URL. So again, we are just using the dot page method. So again, we have Wikipedia dot page and the title that we want. We'll just run it. So this will give us the URL. If we go to the URL, we'll see the Python programming, hello world program, not Python programming it is. Okay, it is hello world program. Yep. So this is the hello world program. We'll just close it for now. Now we have Python programming. Yep, there we go. We have Python programming as well. Oh, there we go. Python programming. So now what we will do is we'll get the list of categories of the article. So how can we get it? It's again the same wikipedia.page, and then we can write hello world or the title that we want dot categories. So let's just run the first one. Well, we are giving hello world programs. There we go. These are all the related articles. Now we'll go for the machine learning. Oops, we got an error, but this it's not. See here, it's say getting the machine learning semicolon and then earning. So that is not matching with the any IDs. So it is giving this error. No problem. So now what we can do is we'll get the list of all the links of an article from the article. So hello world again. There we go. Here are all the list from the hello world program. As you can see, there are many. Okay. Now Peppa Pig. I hope you have watched Peppa Pig because I have. Oh, again we got a page error. So we'll deal that later. So now get the data in different languages as we have already covered up in the above, but let's do with the some other languages as well. So first of all is Hindi, which is Indian language. So this is Hindi. Now we are getting German. So DE is the code for the German. We have French, French, French. Oh my. We have Spanish, Indonesian as well. So there we go. So these are all the languages, few languages that we tried upon. We have also looked upon how to change the language, but that was like setting the language. Here is the same thing, but we actually tried with some more examples. Now that's all for this one. In conclusion, we just have to say that we tried to load the library Wikipedia module, get the summary of the articles, we got few text, few images, few URLs, the suggested URL topics, and many more. So mostly we just have scraped the whole article, but we can do it better way in the better manner. So there are a number of ways we can play around. As we can see that here the page ID was not able to show, but if I again do it, that is a possibility that it can run again, or it may also show us the error. As you can see, oh, we got few. we got few links here. So that's kind of confusing, but we will talk about that in the later video and in the next video, not in this one. So yeah, that's how you can scrap with Wikipedia module, I guess. Now you know the basics how you can scrap, but here we just have done for, let's say, one article. We haven't done for multiple one. So this was just the basics of introductory part for the Wikipedia module, how you can web scrap using Wikipedia library on Wikipedia content. So in the next part will be, scraping the custom data. Like we have few topics that we need to scrape from the Wikipedia. We will do that. We'll pre-process the data because as you can see, the data is not in proper format. So we have few special characters as well as few spacing, lining, as you can see here, as well as in the links. And if we go to the above one, this one, as you can see, the we have extra punctuations, digits in it, and we have also things like this things, how we can deal with it. So that's all going to be in the next videos, and we'll be converting the whole data into a CSV format, so we can perform classification or clustering on our data. So yeah, that's it for this one. The end. Hope to see you in next one. We'll be continuing with the Wikipedia web scraping. Till then, take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.